So my ex-girlfriend was being questioned, Miss Wilston, not even Pineapple. This girl's never been even around about a situation I was involved in over the summer. A pretty girl came along in my life and she wanted to get sober. And I was getting sober too. I was going to go to college in Fargo, and it was funny that I said that because she wanted to move to Fargo and take care of her kid. Anyway, she was living a hard lifestyle, and she was drinking she drank a fifth of B&J. She was high on drugs, and we were driving around in Deering, and this is a big part of the reason why I got so sober, so changed my life, because it's like, wow. And we were driving in Deering and we see this dirt bike. She wants to ride the dirt bike. She's only wearing flip flops and a tank top and a skirt. And I'm like, whatever you want to do. I can't tell the girl no. I can't have a hard time saying no to any girl. And so she hops on the dirt bike and I'm following her home, and the rear end falls out from under her, and it doesn't look like a too big of an accident. I pick her up, put her in the car, and she's talking to me. And I noticed that she was like slurring her words a little bit, so I thought it was alcohol, but I said, we're going to go to the hospital, because I seen her head hit the ground kind of a little bit hard. Not that hard, but, there wasn't that much blood, but she had hit her head. And I knew that head trauma, you got to go towards the hospital. Anyway, I was an EMT in '08, so I assessed it. I didn't look too bad, but I still loaded her up in the car and started driving towards Minot. And as we were driving to Minot, she says, I cannot go to the hospital because I have a warrant and they'll turn me in. So I go, well, we're going to go to the hospital anyway. So I go there and I talk to the nurse, and I say to the nurse, I say, at the ER, I say, can we keep this private between me, you, and her, because she has warrants and doesn't want to go to jail? She said, no, we're going to call the cops no matter what. And I said, well, I'll go see if she still wants to go get help. So I walked out to the car, asked if she still wanted help. She's just kind of, at this point, she was falling asleep. She said no, and I figured she needed rest. So I go back in there, and I go back and forth 3 times with this. And finally, I give up, because I even asked the lady, can I go to a different hospital? Is there another hospital that won't call the cops? And she laughed at me, and she's like, more than likely, she's going to be okay. Lay her down at a 45-degree angle and let her, just watch her. So I did that. I brought her to the house in town. She wanted to go back to Deering. I was like, no, we're going to stay by the hospital. So I bring her to my house, and I lay her in my bed at this time. And she's passed out. I clean her up, take care of her. And all of a sudden I hear somebody on the roof, and I hear some wheezing. And that's when I was like, oh, we got to go back to the hospital. I asked my friend to bring her to the hospital because I thought the girl had a problem with me at the front desk. So he brings her to the hospital and drops her off there. And I end up going to the hospital a little bit later with 2 dogs, and the sheriff shows up, and the girl steals the car from me, and I end up walking home. They have this all on camera. And they're questioning me for 20 minutes, and I end up not being able to see her, and then they raid my house on an unrelated situation and find a foil with a little residue on it 2 days after this accident has occurred. So the whole town of Minot thinks that I killed, or that I'm a murderer. And I've never am I ever hurt a woman. I am actually pro women rights, and never, if you look at all my criminal cases involving the police and domestics, it's 0 to little pain. There's no evidence of me being a violent person at all. And it's absolutely mind-blowing to think about how our justice system is interrogating this poor girl that's not even around at all. And yeah, we argue, and yeah, we play mind games, and we flick each other's shit. That's what humans beings do. But at the end of the day, if I had done any criminal activity at all, I wouldn't have brought a girl to the hospital against her will. I would have buried her out in the country. You know what I mean? Like, she would have just been gone. And the girl was very beautiful. We were in a honeymoon stage. We were still kicking it off great. We were going to be a family. I was going to raise her kid, and I was going to be a dad like I always wanted to be. And now the police are trying to say some crazy ass shit to throw me in jail because accidents don't happen and somebody has to pay every time. Well, I don't know what to say to them anymore, but it is what it is, and it's sad. And I'm going to go, if I have to go to trial, I'll ask for a 90 days quick and speedy trial. I'm not scared at all. That's why I didn't move or run away. That's why I stayed in Minot. I have nothing to be scared of. I just think it's sickening and very, 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 very deceiving of how they treat our people, and almost pressuring her, saying that you're going to get charges, you're going to go down for this, da 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 da. Vanessa said this, Vanessa said that, Vanessa said this, Vanessa and my whole family and this whole lifestyles, we're all on drugs. No one has any credibility. Anything that's said at all is a bullshit. Here's this girl with no criminal record, never been dealt with the police, just a cute little innocent girl that me and her are arguing, and I don't know, maybe she's using it as blackmail. Who knows? But who knows even if she's at the hospital or even at the police station. But I started, because she said she was going to court and then coming home, and I was like, where are you? You're supposed to be home already. And I started kind of like freaking out on her and being a dick because my sister told me to man up. So I did. And it's just crazy the way that the cops are around here. And I don't know. I should have moved. I don't want to move though because I have nothing to fear. And I am not scared of the future at all. All I can say is that I tried to bring somebody to the hospital. An accident happened, and I brought her to the hospital alive. The people didn't take her in because she had a warrant, and this is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. That girl had nothing to do with anything, and my local law enforcement is very, 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 very disgustingly abusive with their power and structures of questioning.